Oh, jeez. Okay, it's me, Brady. Brady from the Chase for Boy YouTube channel. Yo, what's this? What's this on my screen? What the frick? This just randomly popped up. On YouTube, the Steven Crowder and his co-hosts go on a wildly racist tirade against black farmers. Okay. Context matters. Come on.
Context?
We need context for this. You can't just post a clip of people being racist and say it is racism. There's clearly going to be a context behind this. Do you guys know who Steven Crowder is?
He's a YouTuber.
Michael, do you know who this dude is?
I actually don't.
Louder with Crowder, do you know that one?
Do you remember the meme where it'd be like...
The Change My Mind series?
Yeah, that's him. His basic shtick back in the day, like all of these conservative commentators, was that he would go to college campuses and then just like pwn the liberals that he ran into. This is the only place you can get this. Again, it's going to be like 280p or something.
It's been removed by the channel.
Yeah, this was removed by YouTube. So let's listen to him. This is going to be painful.
I don't know where you find this many farmers of color.
We can't hear it.
Really? What the frick? All right, this is about farmers because apparently Joe Biden signed some bill or something that gave some black farmers some retributions or whatever. I don't really know what's going on. I don't really care. I don't think it's important. Let's play it.
I don't know where you find this many farmers of color, but they did. And
I think you'd find farmers of color on farms, personally, if I had to guess. I hate this man.
$2 billion are being allocated exclusively for colored farmers. Farmers of color! Farmers of color! Roll the tape!
We begin today's show looking at a major provision.
I'm like 90% sure that's a dog whistle, by the way. Like, why does he just repeat that phrase 5 times?
Oh, yeah.
$1.9 trillion COVID relief bill that aims to
360p
address
Biden.
decades of discrimination against Black, Hispanic, Native American, and Asian American farmers who've historically been excluded from government agricultural programs.
Dude, he did the light Yagami.
Plan sets aside $10.4 billion for agriculture
Look at that cornfield.
and allocates about half the funds to farmers of color who are, quote, subjected to racial or ethnic prejudice because of their identity as members of a group, unquote. The U.S. Commission on Civil Rights confirmed as long ago as 1965 the U.S. Department of Agriculture discriminated against black farmers, but little was done to address the problem.
100 years ago?
1965 was 100 years ago? Okay, go ahead. Go off.
I love how these dudes are just sitting there like, black farmers face racism. They go, you got receipts?
You got the receipts on that?
Farmers of color are oppressed. What?
I mean, is it really that hard to like figure? It's like farmers, black farmers. I wonder why. I wonder if it was like just over 100 years ago, if like something like slavery was a thing. I wonder how that.
Not even over 100 years ago. Way less than 100 years ago.
Yeah, I wonder if like the fallout of that was any less better. Like, slavery is no longer real. Suddenly, racism is gone.
Yeah, most happy about the new policy. These people. So, yeah. I'm on buy a plow, man! I'm gonna plant that corn. Go get a John Deere. Barack Obama, mother. I'm the president of plowing that ass. You.
I thought the lesson.
Yeah, I like how Steven Crowder is like, discrimination against black people isn't real, and then he immediately launches into like a racist tirade just to prove his point. It's like, it's just so like unwarranted, you know? It's like, why would anyone say that after hearing that? Like, it's a difficult and nuanced news story, and his immediate response is to just launch into like whatever that was. Like, okay.
What they would want to do is be farmers. Wasn't that a big problem for hundreds?
I hate this idiot. Did you just hear what he said? I thought their major problem was they didn't want to be farmers. I think they didn't want to be slaves, you dork. Look at all these pudgy ogre people.
Yeah, all its hype men are just loving this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Isn't that why Arsenio Hall called himself the urban man's Johnny Carson?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Are people lining up out in the middle of cornfield, Iowa for new dunks?
How would you prove?
Is that like a basketball joke?
No.
Oh, I don't get what they're
by
saying.
the way, like, how would you prove that you've been?
I think it'd be pretty easy to prove, honestly. You could.
It literally, the places that make budgets, like our government is ridiculously stingy with money when it comes to actually helping people out who need help. So that fact alone, the places who make these bills and like create the budgets for them, then the committees, they need like actual gathered statistics, and I guarantee you that's exactly what they have. They have statistics that have been gathered from censuses, from news, and from actual like polls that report this information. Like overwhelmingly, non-white farmers face discrimination.
Well, like I've read stories about farmers in like Iowa and like the Midwest and things, farmers who belong to minority groups who have gone under because they were less likely to get like loans from the bank and stuff because of actual discrimination. And just because these stories aren't widely circulated doesn't mean that they're not real. And I think a lot of conservatives just don't understand that these things are real, even if you don't hear about them.
Been discriminated
You don't
against.
have to. You just
Well, I didn't get that
say.
loan, sir. You had no credit. Well, that should not have stopped me from getting the loan.
I planted a Hennessy tree, but it's not growing.
Well, technically it did grow, but that shit ain't XO.
I put it in the ground.
I planted a VSOP XO tree. I'm getting in some niche esoteric cognac humor, motherfucker.
Don't white people just go to their neighborhoods and build urban farms and ruin their communities? Isn't that what white people
Word.
Detroit? Yeah.
I don't even know what he means by that. Is he suggesting that like black farmers are ruining farms or something?
He's basically calling farmers of color an invasive species.
Yeah,
to
I
white
think that's
farming
what he
community.
meant. I think that's what he means.
Essentially, the statement.
Turns out the soil content is a high level of meth.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night, I can feel my leg, and my arm, even my fingers. The body I've lost. The comrades I've lost.
I don't even think meth is like a black people drug. If I'm correct, isn't that like cocaine?
It's inner city and therefore quote unquote ghetto. So
I feel like he's trying to do like the racist joke where like black people do a lot of cocaine, but he's like not even getting the drug right.
It's literally just like, oh, black people do a lot of drugs. That's all he's trying to get at. It's like
black people put a lot of meth in the soil. Am I right?
I wonder if he has had the audacity to say none of this was racism.
I don't know. I probably should look up like if he had a statement about it. I doubt he's put out a statement.
I guarantee he's not addressed it.
And if he has, it's something about like how PC culture is like ruining real comedy, and then we get this comedy, and it's what is this wall of masks supposed to mean exactly?
What's going on back there?
It looks ugly.
It's that like a?
That's gotta be some kind of statement on
Yeah,
how bad masks are.
I think it's a statement about like masks being oppressive or something. It's against like a red backdrop. I don't know. Who cares?
I didn't know.
That and teeth.
There's
random teeth littered everywhere.
And by the way,
pain in my arugula.
I feel like for years everybody has been picking up on the fact that like these dudes are racist. So it's always the moment where they accidentally go mask off for 5 seconds, and then they have to apologize or make some sort of statement about it. But everything else they ever say is dog whistling this. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guarantee you, Ben Shapiro believes in the exact same things that everything Steve Crowder just did, except Ben Shapiro has a slightly higher IQ that he's just aware that you can't just go out and say this sort of stuff.
You can't go mask off.
You can't go mask off, so he paints it with like all sorts of like in the veil of intellectualism, where he has like 5 reasons laid out as to why black farmers should not get, whatever.
At the same time, he's not a very smart man either, because he had all those like co-ops that he wrote about like how like people in Pakistan live in sewage and eat poop and crap. So
the Palestinians like to destroy. The Israelis like to build and create.
Yeah.
The comparison is obvious. Okay, Ben Shapiro. I think that's a part of this guy points out, Crowder's MO is comedy as performative cruelty. Rather than using comedy to attack or even cope with injustice, he uses it to justify injustices and belittle the victims of oppression. And I feel like that's kind of like my thing, is at least, you know, it's... No, hold on. I think that's exactly the problem I have with it, and that's not my thing.
Okay. Crowder's kind of stepping on Brady's brand right
You're stepping on my territory, Crowder, and I didn't really have a problem with anything he said. It's just that like I'm already covering that territory, so like what the heck? No, I feel like what's the point of making comedy about people that have actual problems? Like, if I make comedy or like make fun of or insult like the British, it's because the British deserve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, British people aren't people.
Exactly. So yeah, any other opinions on this?
I think we can go ahead and end it with your racist British comment.
Yeah.
Britain's not a race. It's okay.
Okay.
So Floppa has it right.
You're a British person.
Floppa.
Floppa.
Stan Floppa, not Crowder.